All right, so here we are in Bali, and I am so blessed to be with my brother, Dr. Clint Rogers. Clint is really, really extraordinary. He's spent the last 10 years with a master healer from the Himalayas, and we actually recorded a video of him doing some deep healing work with one of the clients at one of our retreats. And we're about to share that with you, but I wanted Clint to just take a moment and just share with you some of the things that you're going to be seeing and some of the reasons why it's so powerful.
Yeah, the TEDx talk in the book that I wrote is called Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer. And the subtitle of the book is A Western Skeptic, an Eastern Master, and Life's Greatest Secrets. So when I first saw this stuff, I was very skeptical. I didn't have a context to put it in my brain because I grew up very much with an American view of health, medicine, all this kind of stuff, where I thought if we have solutions to problems, it's going to come from Harvard or Mayo Clinic or Oxford or something like that. And when I saw this master healer from the Himalayas solve people's pain, intense amounts of pain or some disease or illness that in Western society we think is unsolvable, or that it takes some kind of a surgery or something like that, I couldn't even place it in my mind. And then this master healer, he actually has a master that lived to be 125, had a master lived to be 145, had a master. The original master was the personal physician for Buddha. So it's an unbroken healing lineage that goes back 2,500 years. And when I saw what he was doing with these healing secrets, like I said, I didn't believe it at first, but then in the TEDx talk I share about how he helped my own dad go from 12 medications to 1 in 6 months. And that scrambled my brain like crazy. My dad didn't need any more cholesterol medication, blood pressure medication, diabetes medication. So I came to him and I said, how can more people know this is an option? They may not choose it, but I want them to at least know that this is a choice. And this master healer laughed at my question. And I was like, why are you laughing? He's like, I need more help, but not from you. I was like, why not? He's like, because I know you now and your mind is way too crowded. So then I was like, well, what do I do? And he challenged me to go for this long period of silence. So I went for 10 days of silence, which is life-changing. I highly recommend it as one of the things you must do in this lifetime to discover who you are, who God is. It's like so much comes to you in the silence that you can't even put into words. After that, I came out and I said, okay, now I want to help you. For the last 10 years, I've been traveling with this master healer in more than 150 cities and 20 countries and documented thousands of cases like my father, never anticipating learning this.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to learn it. Finally, he started sending me people, and this thing you're going to see that I do for Emily, it blew my mind once I started doing it, that it challenged my identity. So people who have intense amounts of pain, this is, normally I say it's not a quick fix, it's about deeper healing, but Marma Shakti, this one of 6 instruments Dr. Ram uses is called Marma Shakti. So this is one of the instruments, and when people have some physical pain in their back, their neck, their shoulders, frozen shoulder, even people in wheelchairs, all kinds of stuff, in a very short period of time it realigns the system and it works on a physical, mental, and emotional level for a transformation.
Yeah, so share with them, as you're about to actually witness and experience, Clint, for performing this Marma on someone. Will you share with them some of the quote unquote miracles that you've witnessed in the past several years, and you doing it, and also Dr. Ram doing it, like what's possible for people through this?
Yeah, you'll see it and you'll think, oh, this is a miracle, but it's actually a science. It's a very ancient science that's based on a way of seeing things that Western minds aren't used to seeing. And when I saw them, first of all, I was like, how is this possible? I saw a little girl who was autistic. It was my first time in India. She was about 10, 11 years old. She had never spoken in her life, and her parents were very worried about her. Then Dr. Ram started pressing some points on her body. So he pressed this point here, he pressed this point here, he pressed this point here. He goes like this, squeezes this 6 times, and then he goes like this. He's doing this a few times, and I'm thinking, this is weird and ridiculous. But these ancient masters know there's certain points on your body, like in a room, you can touch the wall anywhere, punch it, it doesn't do anything, but you find that little teeny light switch, you press it so gentle, all the lights come on. And when he did this several times with this little girl, he did this and it says, say mommy, say mommy. And she's just trying so hard. He pressed all the points again, did it again. Finally, he says, say mommy. She says, mommy. And then even she was so surprised. She looked so happy, and everyone in the room applauded. And I looked over, and her mom was just in tears. And I thought, wow, what a magic moment. So then I saw him work with kids that were autistic, ADD, ADHD, so violent, like throwing stuff. This is actually in the third chapter of my book, one of the most shocking cases. A little girl named Gia, so violent, like punching people in line. The mom literally said, I feel embarrassed, but I wish she'd never been born. Our lives are like hell. We can't go out. My relationship with my husband wants to leave me. I'm upset, anxious all the time watching her. My other two sons feel neglected, so they get angry. Dr. Trump says, why don't we do something right now in this moment to help? So he did this Marma process, different points for her. And at the end, she was, it took a while actually. At one point, because I'm watching this thinking, what is he going to do that medication isn't going to do? Normally we medicate kids with ADD, autism, or anxiety issues. We medicate them and then they're just numb or dull. I don't think that's, this is my personal opinion, but I think it's in the future when we look back that we did this with our children, we'll feel somehow like, oh, why didn't we investigate more options? I saw with my own eyes what he did. He started pressing certain points, but she jumps away, runs away. The mom's, I guess you can read the whole story, but there was one point where he's going and doing this marma on her. She reaches her little hands up on his face, like claws like this, and then rips and blood starts coming out of his cheek. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like the tension was in the room. The mom is freaking out. Dr. Ram just goes, gets a towel, dabs it, and then just goes back to work. It took about 15, 20 minutes with this little girl, but by the end, she was following all of his instructions. He's like, come over here and shake Dr. Clint's hand. She shakes his hand, goes back, sits on the chair. He's like, do that. And she would do everything with such joy. And the mom was just shocked. I'm like, whoa, just from pressing certain points on the body with certain method, working on a physical, again, what is Marma Shakti? It's a technology, an ancient technology of transformation, works on physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels. And all of us, when we get stuck in life, some block happens. And it could be a physical block, a mental block, an emotional block, spiritual block. And then when things get stuck, they stink. This is what Dr. Ram says. But you rebalance the body and get the flow started again. And the body is an amazing mechanism of healing. Once it's cleared and those things are cleared, a lot of healing happens in that process. And there's other instruments he uses as well. Very powerful, ancient home remedies, things in your own kitchen. You may not realize how healing they are until you know how to mix them. The alchemy, home remedies is the one I talked, herbal remedies, lifestyle, diet, just knowing which food creates fear and anxiety, which food creates anger, which food creates peace of mind, which food stimulates creativity. And with Emily, she had a headache. This is the video you're about to see. She had a headache so intense, so bad, it was paining her here, like on a scale of 0 to 10 was about an 8. And when someone's in that much pain, you can see it on their face. But she had to work that day. She was taking photographs, and you could see her eyes were vacant, like that kind of look of just numbness, like trying to escape the body. And all day, I was just waiting, seeing what was happening. And then finally, she asked me, she's like, is there anything that you can do to help? I was like, yeah, I can definitely help in this. It took how long?
Maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, about 5 minutes, and you'll see what's going to happen in this video.
So it's amazing. And the main thing that I just want you to understand is like there are these ancient, practices for healing, and sometimes for us in the West seem kooky or weird or bizarre, but the results are real. And so we hope you enjoy this video.
Yeah, and I want to say too, yeah, it may seem kooky, but what I love is I just coordinated in Berlin, a university there, with some of the most brilliant doctors from around the world. Were flying in for a 2-year certification course to learn this process. And in Germany, they're actually more open-minded than in the US. They say we're interested in results-based medicine. If you can show us the result, you can create that result, then we want to know the method. We don't care scientifically how it works for now. We just want to learn, how did you achieve that thing? And when some of the German doctors had been coming and seeing what was happening, they're like, please, come to Berlin, teach this course. And we had doctors from all over the world coming and learning that you can actually integrate this, or you can do it completely on its own, and it has very powerful impacts. Some stuff you have to do with someone who's trained, but some stuff you can do at home. So after you watch this video, I can teach you something. If you're just watching this video at home, you could do at home today, right now, watching this video, and see some crazy cool thing happen for you if you're interested.
Yeah, so stay tuned for the end of this video, and Dr. Clint will show some of those things, and you'll also learn how to get more information or find more details. Enjoy the video now.
In a white frame, like a white TV screen or projector screen. And if I can have your right hand open. So then, Emily, first of all, just tell me, what is it that you want?
Total freedom.
Awesome, total freedom. And Emily, when you have total freedom, what will you do?
Whatever I want to do.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. When you have total freedom and you're doing whatever you want to do, where do you see yourself?
All over the world.
All over the world. Awesome. Where's the first place, that image that comes to you? Somewhere where you see yourself. Total freedom. You see yourself in Italy? Are you with anyone or by yourself?
I'd love to be with it. I love it.
Okay. Can you see that person? Can you see yourself? What are you wearing? No. Okay. Which part of Italy are you?
I have no idea.
Not sure, but you know you're in Italy. Sure. Okay, just get that image. Just imagine Italy. What is the primary color that comes to you? What color? Red. Okay, so just keep that image. You can feel the feeling of being with your beloved in Italy? Yeah, okay, super. So go ahead and open your eyes. Keep that image as we're doing this process. I'll ask both of you guys to help me. So first of all, you lay down here and you face up. And just point to your navel.
It's buried in the alternate.
Yeah. Okay, you can put your hands down. Right here? Okay, so from here to here is 106. And from here to here is 108. About. So it's about a 2 centimeter difference. Something like that. Okay, go ahead and turn over. And if you guys can come over on this side.
Should I be pressing gently or?
Just kind of firm, like gentle but firm. I don't know if that makes any sense. Let's see. There's a certain point I'm going to put some cream on your back. What's the best way to get access to it?
I have hands on, so you can just lift this up.
Okay, super. So just relax. See that image? Can you see yourself in that red and you're with your beloved in Italy? You relax, keep your mouth open. Relax. Relax. Super. Okay, you can let go. You can turn over.
I don't think I said it.
Okay, it's super. Your navel is right here. Okay, now from here to here is 107. And from here to here is 107. Good. Stand up and now you're going to walk 6 steps, starting with your right foot. So just watch me first. So starting with your right foot, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you turn to the right. Again with your right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. And you just close your eyes again. See that red color? So you can feel here it's still a little bit. Okay. Press that down. Come back straight. Just relax. Relax.
Oh, I needed that one.
Alright, go ahead, right.
I heard that one over here.
Straight. Relax. Nice. Okay, come back over here. Right there. Okay, I'm gonna try to let it.
My body's trying to feel jelly.
All right, super.
Mm.
So if you're just feeling your body right now, before your back, there's some tension there. Now do you feel anything?
Not really, no.
Yeah, so 0 there. So let's give her a big round of applause on that. And then pretty much all day there was some tension here. Before it was like on a scale of 0 to 10 it was about a 5.
Yeah.
Now do you feel any?
I still feel a little bit there, but
On a scale of 0 to 10, what would you say?
probably a million.
A 1. Awesome, 1 or 2. So more than 75% decrease in like a couple minutes. And if I ask you again in 10 or 20 minutes, it'll just go deeper and probably it's going to go away within a short period of time because your circulation's happening now, things are rebalanced.
Yeah, everything feels better though. My whole body just feels better, and my body was like dying before.
Yeah. What percent overall better do you feel?
A lot better. And like I feel like I'm back in my body. Like I was kind of just like out here, and now it's like I think my body was so out of whack. I was leaving it, and now I'm back in it. Yeah, it feels better in here now.
Good. And I'll show you one other thing. Yeah. So now anytime today, like here's this line right here. And just take this hand and you want to go to point number 7. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right under here, I don't have a pen, but you can just remember this point right here.
Okay.
And you just see that. You feel yourself in Italy with your beloved and that red color, and then you press 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you do this whenever you remember to today. You just do that before you go to sleep, and it just anchors in that whole thing for a long, long time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, your blood pressure, there's a different process. So let's give Emily one big round of applause.
Thank you. Give you a round of applause.
Wasn't that amazing? I hope you enjoyed that very much. Really extraordinary. So Clint, give everyone like a couple simple things that they can use that are practical for everyday life for them.
Yeah.
That they can use, and then share with them how they can find out more about you.
Yeah, even Emily, after later in the day, so many things happen. All of a sudden, she's a musician. And then after that, it's removing any of the blocks that lead to that. And she got clear on who she was. And one of the things, she's been singing, but later that afternoon, she said she had one of the most beautiful breakthroughs. It was the first time in her life she felt the energy in her heart, and she sang from that place. She felt her heart sing out of her voice. And then she wanted to share it with us, and all of us felt that. Before, it was pain, block, tension, trying to escape. After that, she had no pain in her whole body, and in fact, she was like more aligned with who she was, centered in that than ever. It made me so happy. I'm going to teach, if you're interested, I'll teach you one of the very first steps for discovering who are you, or what is your purpose. Dr. Naram, he says 95% of people on the planet don't know what they want. They just are always window shopping. Business schools today, they teach people about success, but in the process, it's toxic success. So Dr. Naram talks about how do you have predictable, long-term, non-toxic success? How do you succeed in a way you can enjoy it? Like you're healthier, and the world is healthier, and you succeeded. So you can enjoy that thing. So the very first step on that process is discovering what you want. So this is what I'm going to teach you how to do. You actually take your right hand, and on this right hand, on your first finger, or this first portion, you actually press, and you saw me do this in the video with Emily, but you can do this for yourself. This part you can do for yourself. The other parts don't try at home, but this part you do. You press it 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you close your eyes, and over your right eye, you imagine a white screen. And you ask yourself, as you press that 6 times, you ask yourself, what do I want? And don't have any judgment. Just allow the first thing to come. Some people are visual, they'll see it. Some people are auditory, they'll hear it. Some people will just feel it. But whatever is that first thought, don't judge it, but just write it down. And just keep doing that process. Okay, what do I want? then there's 3 questions you can add into it that can stimulate that even more. The first question is this: if you knew you only had 6 months left to live, what would you do or be? So you close your eyes, you feel that, and you write the answers down, whatever those answers are. You don't judge them. Second question is, if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do or be? And the third question is, if you had $10 million in the bank, what would you do or be? Press this point 6 times, close your eyes, imagine, and whatever is that first thought that comes. Dr. Ram says the more clear are the goals, the more sure are the chances. So once you get clarity on what that thing is, you say, you get as many details as possible. For that to happen, what would I have to do? And you just flesh that out. But this is the first step. There's more that you can learn. The book, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, is coming out in January. You can go to ancienthealing.com, pre-register for that. And if you come from this video, what I'll do is I'll just give you another special gift that I'm working on that I'm so excited about. And I don't know, I love that you asked me to do this. We're just standing over there. And he's like, why don't we record a video about this? So this is totally spontaneous. And I don't know, I just kind of feel like if you're watching this, it's for a reason. This is probably for you that this whole moment occurred. So why not take advantage of it and see what's possible in your life using ancient healing secrets to heal yourself deeper and deeper.
Thank you so much, and I love Clint so much. Thank you so much for sharing your gifts and your wisdom in this experience. Like, it was really extraordinary to watch, and I'm so excited to share Clint with you, and hopefully you can gain more value. I don't know if I even told you this. Like, I spent all the plane ride to Bali, like, reading your book and underlining it and marking it up. And I love it. Like, it's a fantastic book. So anyways, make sure you get that, ancienthealing.com, to pre-register for it. Grab that. And
yeah, and I want to say one other thing real quick. As the book has come out, it's kind of had a life of its own, and it feels so surreal. Like, really famous swamis who have millions of followers are endorsing it with such beautiful sayings. One of them said that he's like, this, don't just read this book, but study it over and over again. He says, I knew Dr. Ram's master, who is a real Siddha Purush, which is an enlightened master. He says, you don't only understand, it's not just reading a book and what you gain from it, but you get the blessings of this master and this lineage on you. He says, reading this book, it's like a blueprint for success in your life. It doesn't matter what religion you are, but if you want success in this lifetime, physical, mental, or emotional, it's like the secret mantra or hidden key to your brilliant future. I was just with the Dalai Lama for 3 days. At the end of it, we got called into this temple. And in this temple, the main oracle of the Dalai Lama gave me an endorsement for the book on their letterhead that said, my blessing and prayer is on this book and the millions of people that read it, that their lives will be filled with deep healing, peace of mind, and happiness. So I'm hopeful and prayerful that you're watching this because your life is about to have a level of happiness and possibility that up until this point, maybe you didn't realize was possible. I didn't know it was possible, and I'm so happy to share it with you. So at least you know it's a choice.
awesome. Thank you so much. Make sure you continue to follow us. Click the link below to grab the free gifts and bonuses that are waiting for you. And until we talk again, remember, you got one life to live. Live big.